Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Geekdom QNA. And today I'm answering more of your questions. And I am preparing an Ask FM account. Well, I'm not preparing. I'm preparing to prepare it for the future. In the meantime, though, go ahead and leave your questions in the comment section here if you have any. Today I will be answering 3 questions that were sent in. And before I get in there, big shout out to all of my international YouTube subscribers, all of you outside. I mean, I love everybody, including the ones that are domestic, but big shout out to everybody internationally. Very happy to have you here. Well, really big shout outs to everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. And remember, here's my philosophy on things, folks. If you're having a bad day today, and everybody has bad days, no matter if you're broke or if you're rich, if you're having a bad day, remember that tomorrow won't be so bad. Very, very slim chance it will be. So let's get to these questions, and we're talking my favorite topic, Dragon Ball. So Dayton Allderige is the first one up to bat here. He asks, sorry for the question spam, but what do you think Launch could have done to the series if she wasn't forgotten about? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But by the time the Saiyajin saga started, the Saiyan saga, the Saiyan saga, the Vegeta saga, whatever you want to call it, by the time Dragon Ball Z started, her role had been dwindled so much, even in Dragon Ball, even in the Piccolo arc, that really there was nothing left for her to do. Lunch was kind of and he wrote Launch. It doesn't matter. Launch, same thing. Launch was kind of a one-note character, kind of a one-trick pony. You know, the blue hair, she sneezes, she becomes a bitch. She sneezes, she's a nice girl. She had no real power. Like, she was a funny character because she was, very aggressive. But really, her joke kind of ran its course. She would sneeze and then she would shoot at the guys with machine guns. And it really did run its course. It really, really did by the time Dragon Ball Z came around. I do, however, do wish that Toriyama did keep her around at least in cameos. I would have liked that a lot. But, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the reason why Lunch wasn't even a big factor in Dragon Ball Z is because Toriyama forgot about her, and that's legitimately what happened. He forgot she even existed. But, I mean, like I said, it's a one-trick pony, so what do you expect? There were some filler scenes in Dragon Ball Z where she, and those of you who have only watched the original dub, because I know we have some people who have only watched Dragon Ball Z back when it first aired in Toonami, and you never got to see the uncut editions or the Kai version. Well, the Kai version doesn't have her in it at all, but the, the redub, or even the Japanese one, there were a lot of filler scenes with her in it, chasing after Tenshinhan. When he gets killed, she's at a bar drunk. And that was kind of the last we saw of her. Once Tenshinhan rejected her, that was kind of it for the character. And I might do... Oh, this is going to be weird, but I'm thinking about doing a video, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. I'm thinking about doing a video about whether or not it's possible that Tenshinhan and Chaozu are gay, because it's very interesting and fascinating to me how their relationship is, and not that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's never been outwardly stated, and I feel like he rejected Launch, and she kind of gave it up to him and put it on him, so to speak, and he just never did anything with her. But he always wants to hang out with Chaozu, and it's a little bit creepy, and I've always felt like the evidence is kind of there that maybe he is gay. And that's fine. I mean, again, not that there's anything wrong with that, because there is not. It's just something that I thought about, because he never even... I mean, maybe he did hit it. I don't know if he did. I just assume he didn't, because otherwise she wouldn't have been coming after him like that. So there you go. Next question, my boy Saiyan Baller, the man who has really helped out this channel a lot as far as giving me stuff and showing me stuff. Very much appreciate this guy. Hey, bro, what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Kai? Great question. And not an easy question to answer. I can't just give you a one-word answer on that one, because here's how I feel about Kai. I grew up with Z, and there are things I like about Dragon Ball Kai that are better than Dragon Ball Z, and there are things I like about Dragon Ball Z that are better than Dragon Ball Kai. If I have to choose one to watch anime-wise, I'm probably going to choose Z, only because I feel that the music placement is better, the vocal performances are better. I'm not talking about the Japanese version. And even though there's bad filler, there's a lot of good filler as well. However, I still, in some cases, would prefer to watch Kai, because Kai is more accurate to the manga. It is a faster pace. Now, if I'm going to watch it in English, Kai wins without question. Kai, I love the Kai dub. I've never hid that fact from everybody. By the time the Kai dub happened, even if you prefer like Linda Young and things like that vocally, you can't deny that Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat and these guys really improved. It's just night and day. I used to despise Sabat's portrayal of Piccolo and Vegeta, but they sounded so much alike. But in Kai, Sabat uses his natural voice for Piccolo and uses the regal voice for Vegeta. I like that. And Schemmel's much, much better too as Goku. So I would say Kai is the better dub. I like some of the scenes with Kai, as far as how they reanimated certain scenes to make them look better. I like that. I like, especially the Goku Vegeta Ki Blast. That was very well done. I like Kenji Yamamoto's score, which is becoming harder and harder to find because of the scandal with the plagiarism. I think Kenji Yamamoto's score fits with Kai very well. However, nothing can touch Shinsuke Kikuchi's score, including Kai's Shinsuke Kikuchi score, because even though it's similar themes, the placement of the music is different, and I don't like the placement of the music in Kai versus the placement of the music in Z. It's just a preference. The way that I view Kai, to be honest, it's, Kai is Dragon Ball Z, true Dragon Ball Z in high definition. So if you want to watch Dragon Ball Z in HD, that's the way to go. Unless you have a Dragon Box with an up-converting Blu-ray player. But not everybody has Dragon Boxes. So Kai is the way to go, even more so than buying the Blu-ray Dragon Ball Z sets that Funimation put out. So that's, one thing that Kai has the edge over. But at the same time, I kind of view Kai as just sort of being there. I'm not excited about it. Like, when Kai first came out, I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes, and then I kind of just stopped watching, and I'm not really sure why. I guess because it's the same story that I had already seen a dozen other times in different languages, just with filler cut. It's just not a necessary watch for me, and I've noticed a lot of people who are of the same ilk as me, like Mike, Vegeta EX, and some of these guys that have been around since the 90s, like the old school Dragon Ball fans for years and years and years who have watched the show dozens of times. We don't really care for Kai. I've noticed him say that before. Not because it's bad. It's not bad. It really isn't bad. It's just not really necessary. And the vocal performances aren't that good either. But again, the dub is better without question. And if I'm going to watch Dragon Ball Z in English, I'm going to watch Kai. But it's just kind of there, And then also with the Buu saga of Kai, which, it's not available yet, like, other than in Japan. It is going to be available soon, but it's not available yet. The music is done by the guy who did the Battle of Gods music, and it's not as good as the Battle of Gods music. It's okay, but there's not that much filler in the Buu arc. I mean, there's filler, but not compared to, like, the earlier arcs. So it's kind of an unnecessary watch in many ways. It really is. I've seen a little bit of it. It's okay, but it's not something that I immediately get a hard-on for. You know what I mean? I just prefer to watch new movies and things like that versus Kai. So that being said, though, I am excited for them when they finally put out the Blu-rays for the Buu Saga of Kai. I personally do not own any Kai. I don't have any Blu-rays. I thought about buying them a couple times. I didn't. I'm thinking about kind of seeing if I can get my hands on the Yamamoto score, but it's becoming harder and harder, and I feel like I waited too long on that. But eventually I'm going to pick up Kai on Blu-ray. I know I will. It's just I'm pretty happy with my Dragon boxes. That's like the best way to watch Dragon Ball Z. So, all right. I hope that answers your question, Saiyan Baller. And then the last question here from Alek Toledo. Hey, EOG. You can just call me D, bro. EOG is my channel name, not my name, but it doesn't matter. I was thinking of an idea for a movie or maybe a mini-series. I don't know, just something that popped up in my head. But do you think it would be cool if it showed Vegeta's life after Frieza blew up Planet Vegeta until Vegeta and Nappa came to Earth, and that could be the movie where Vegeta is the main protagonist? I don't know if it's possible or if it's a good idea. I was just thinking it would be pretty cool. What do you think? It's funny that you mentioned that because, and I'm kind of shy, not shy. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this because it is kind of embarrassing. But whatever, fuck it. It was, God, like it was 16, 17 years ago. When I was in high school, I wrote a fan fiction that was supposed to be kind of like I wrote like my own like fan fiction, right? That I wanted or that I wished, even though it was never going to happen, they would make into like a 3-part special, which is kind of like your idea, and it was basically exactly what you're talking about right here. And the I think the idea or the what I don't remember because it was so long ago what I wrote, but I remember I wrote it in 3 parts, and it was similar to the Star Wars prequels because this is right when Phantom Menace came out. And I thought to myself, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they did something like this, but with Vegeta and Nappa, which is exactly what you're talking about. So yes, that is a great idea. And I wrote it myself. And I remember I wrote this story where Vegeta and Nappa were kind of dicks, but they were still kind of the protagonists, like you said. Because you can't do a series like this and then all of a sudden make Vegeta and Nappa these 2 noble, good people. It doesn't work that way. But I did write a story where it was basically after Planet Vegeta. Well, no, I think mine actually started before the explosion of Planet Vegeta, and then afterward, after Planet Vegeta, the explosion happened. Like the second half of the story was, or the 3rd chapter. I don't remember. It was so long ago, but I do remember the story being that Nappa and Vegeta were going on these adventures, and I remember what I wrote, again, this was so long ago. This was in 1999. I wrote this just for fun. Bad writing, too, by the way, when I was a kid. But I remember I wrote that Nappa had actually betrayed. I remember I wrote something pretty clever. So one of the Saiyans in the story, somehow figured out that Frieza was going to betray them, or he had suspicions of it. And no, it wasn't Bardock. And Nappa betrayed him. And killed him. Like Nappa's, the way I had set it up is the guy was like Nappa's like martial arts instructor, like his master, right? And Nappa, and he was trying to like tell Nappa that shit's gonna hit the fan with Frieza, and Nappa just said fuck it and killed him, thinking that Frieza would never do that. And I remember that was one of the big twists. And then Vegeta became Nappa's like student, and Nappa taught Vegeta martial arts, and then Vegeta obviously would outclass him. And I remember, I think the big finale was this big fight on some planet, and I think it ended with Frieza kind of telling Vegeta, I'm going to keep my eye on you type thing. I don't remember. It was so long ago. And but it's just funny how you mentioned that. But the short answer is yes, I would love to see that. I would love to see now with all the new stuff we've gotten in the last couple of years, I want to see them do battle with the Galactic Patrol. Like I said in another video, the concept of the Galactic Patrol getting their own TV show opens up a whole bunch of stuff they could do with Frieza, with the Saiyans, with other races, other characters we've never seen before. And I made a joke that I wanted to see like a cop show with Jocko and Tarble. And their adventures, something like that. I would like to see that too. So yes, it is a good idea, and I had to make it into a Q&A because it's too long for me to explain in the comment section. So that's going to do it for this Geekdom Q&A. Leave your questions below if you have any. Doesn't have to be about Dragon Ball, really. But this is Dragon Ball Geekdom Q&A. I'm over here thinking about tits and ass. But who doesn't, right? Anyways, but thanks again. Subscribe to the channel. Help spread the word. I'm going to hit y'all with as best I can, daily or maybe every 2 days content. It will be consistent content. At the most, it's going to be weekly, and that's only if I happen to become really busy, which I had. Luckily, I've had some free time lately. But if you're always going to get something from the channel: Dragon Ball, Star Wars, Marvel. But my number one focus is Dragon Ball. Probably forever. Because it's what I love the most. But Star Wars is a close second, because I do love Star Wars. Anyways, once again, thank you, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you down the road.